Yes.
Right,
No,
because
no,
I
no,
went joined us
no. Join
live.
Us Live has them join us live.
Yes.
That's what we want them to do.
Yeah,
That's why
that's the
we,
one I hit. And then
yes.
you said, don't do
No,
that.
you can't do that because that puts you on Zoom as well. So we have two instances of Zoom.
Oh, I see. Is it because it's on here?
Right. But you just talk to them while I do technical things because one of us has to talk to the crowd.
Okay. I'll just go here and see what happens. No. Okay. Forget it. Right. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're not even bothering with our theme song today. We're going to start off with a Neville Goddard quote. And our Neville Goddard quote comes from Christ in You. I'm assuming that's his lecture. And Neville says, closing your eyes against the facts of life, dare to assume you are seeing and hearing what you would see and hear if your desire were true. Now, tune it in as you would a radio.
Wait, would you do that again? Because didn't Neville teach to make a movie?
Neville didn't touch to ever to make a movie.
All right, we'll do it again. Sorry.
Okay,
I've been busy. I was not paying attention.
Closing your eyes against the facts of life, dare to assume you are seeing and hearing what you would see and hear if your desire were true. Now, tune it in as you would a radio. If, when you tuned on the radio, 4 or 5 stations are heard at the same time, you couldn't stand the confusion and would turn the radio off. So it is with your imagination. It must be fine-tuned. Now, no radio or TV is comparable to you, for that which the mind creates cannot be greater than the mind who created it.
All right. Okay. So do you want help getting into the YouTube? Because that's where you have to go.
Yeah, I'm here, so that's fine.
Okay.
And where do I go?
Click here to watch recorded replays.
Right, and that's... Okay, so I hit click here to watch.
Now click on my face. Click where it says
click
live.
on your face and my face.
Yes, and I'll turn it down.
Yeah, I've turned it off.
All right.
And it was off.
Yeah. We believe her. All right, so anyway, Victoria, let's do this show, shall we? Mo's here, yo Mo.
Yes.
Doobie bop bop doo.
And I'm just going to type in here. Go to join.
It's already in. Oh yeah, you did it. Cool.
To join,
perfect.
Zoom. Okay.
Perfect.
So if anyone comes, they'll see that.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
So we're all sort of sorted. The first question. Hiya, Mo.
Yo, Mo.
Bit of confusion this morning because I was going to, anyway, we were trying a few different things, obviously.
And Victoria decided, let's add 3 more variables in.
Yeah, 3 minutes before the show.
Yeah.
All right.
I was telling Timmy about that.
Wait.
Yeah, because remember back in the old days, you and I were trading and we're sitting right behind us and there were possums in the roof. And they pissed on us.
Yes.
And I thought, that's it. Possums are done, right? Yeah. Now, you're not allowed to take possums out of your house in Australia. You're not allowed to defend yourself in your house in Australia either, right? So apparently bad guys and possums are endangered species. So I told Victoria, right, we're getting a roof. She goes, oh, I know. And then when we get the roof, we'll do the expansion, we'll do the something and the carport and the thing. I said, negative, Big Ben. Right?
Let's just get the roof.
We're getting a roof. It's starting Monday. And we called Russell, right? So, and it's like, Russell, roof, Monday, click. And Russell comes in and slams a roof on. It was great fun.
Yeah, it was.
Meanwhile, Victoria's going, I wonder why he's here. If I could get him to do this extension and the carport and the something.
We didn't do the carport, but we did get to do the cottage.
But we kept him coming back.
We're
going to admit Gazzo. We like him. He's all right. Cool. All right. So, Victoria.
Okay, so now we're down to the first question.
That's right.
That's from Rahi via email. How to effectively I remember when.
All right, this is good.
And Rahi asks, my question for the call is this. How do you effectively use I remember when?
Cool. I can tell you this, right? So there's the law of attraction, the law of assumption, and the science of miracles, right? And so the law of attraction is a bunch of mixed nuts. Right? In other words, what can I add to my life to add something else to my life? So I can add affirmations, I can add mood music, I can add mantras, I can add candles, I can add incense, I can add whiskey. And if I do that, I what I want will show up in my life. It'll add itself to it. Sounds a little nuts, doesn't it?
Mm.
Now, it doesn't mean, I mean, I enjoy a candle and a whiskey.
Mm.
Right?
And you're a little nuts too.
Yeah, I'm a little nuts too. But the law of attraction is a bunch of mixed nuts. And there's a
Yes.
reason why I'm saying this. Neville Goddard taught something called the law of assumption, right? We're exploring it as the science of miracles, right? Which is the art of subtraction. Why would I say all that? Number one thing that I see people do all the time is they misquote part of the I remember when lecture. And they walk around going, I remember when I was broke and poor and fat. I remember when I was poor and broke and fat. And it's like that ain't how it works. If you really dive into the lecture, Neville is teaching you to assume something differently. It's the law of assumption, right? In other words, can you actually I remember a red tricycle, and I remember my first bicycle because my dad drove over my tricycle. Yeah, I left it in the wrong spot. He was pissed. I got a bicycle out of the deal. Way to go,
Yes.
me, right? But I can remember all that, and it feels different than what lunch will feel like, or what doing the show now feels like.
So, Helen, can I just ask, with Neville's, he remember he imagined her as married by remembering when she was single. I
Yes,
think that was
that's it exactly.
And so, can you now take that?
Yep,
Right.
cool. So let's say we had a dafter,
A
right?
daughter.
Yeah, we had a dafter, right?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe y'all noticed this. Australians talk funny, right?
We don't say dafter.
I know.
We say daughter.
I know, and I say dafter, right? Because you never had one.
Well, if you were really doing that, it'd be dog.
Yeah, you ever notice you can't use phonetics to describe phonetics?
Yes.
Yeah, guys, I work through it, right? And ethics, right? It just doesn't work, right? But so I remember when she was single by imagining her as married. So how do I do that? If we had a dafter and she was single, right? I'd be like having an interview every guy coming around the house. You know what I mean? Terrifying everyone. If she was actually married to one fella, I don't only have to terrify one. Right. It'd be so I remember when she was single by imagining her as married, by experiencing who I would be if she was married. I wouldn't be worried if she was out Saturday night picking up, like strange guys and catching strange diseases that I can't pronounce. Yeah, so I'd be just be like, oh wow, yeah, my dafter's married, like to a guy. That's cool. Yeah. So when you can feel something as a memory by experiencing what has replaced it. You remember when she was single by imagining her married. How would I feel if she were married? Action is self predominant. And you'll notice what I've subtracted here. Words have power, Mr. 20. You have to keep repeating the imaginal act. What I need to do is realize the imaginal act. Just really feel her married. How would I be if she were married? I did this with my hip. Zzz, right? Stabby, stabby on the left, clunky, clunky on the right. And I realized I was remembering when I was the Karate Kid and loved my body and could do weird things in it. I could screw in a Volkswagen, right? Wow. Imagine that, being able to screw in a Volkswagen, right? That took limberness. And now I could barely get into a car. And I realized I was remembering when I could do all that stuff. And then I realized I can remember when I was the guy with the walking stick. I can remember when every pain was stabby, stabby. I can just feel that into the past. And that's the big key. I felt that into the past by becoming the Kung Fu King. And now I'm doing all kind of cool Kung Fu things. Lost 60 pounds of ugly. Haven't had any hip replacements because I replaced what mattered. And this is where we play. So rule number one, Rahi, don't add in what doesn't need added in. People add in all kind of things, movies, mantras, meditations, and they're all fun. You want to make a movie, but it ain't manifesting. Oh, look at that. There's somebody in there.
Yeah, I think there's Marion.
Marion. Cool. Wood. Hey, welcome.
Hello.
Hey, come join us. Go to feelitrealfun.com and click the join us live thing. You can show up in the room with us.
I've just got the link above. Yeah.
Yeah. Victoria typed it in if you can see it. Sometimes her writing is invisible. Like I go shopping and onions were not on the list, but I digress.
No, I told you about them on the phone though.
Okay, fair enough.
In fact, I hope you still got the list somewhere.
We'll find out.
Anyway, we can see chats, can we? If they do say anything.
Oh dear God.
I just wondered.
Let's try this.
There we go.
Hey, we can
So
see chats.
if,
This is
if,
great.
if anyone wants to say something,
Yeah, if you want to say
Gaza,
something,
Mo,
what we'll do, right, is if Gaza or Mo or Marion joins us on
Marion
the
joins
Zoom
us.
call
Yes.
and you type something, you'll see this. Right,
That's true.
it's good fun. Look at him go.
Okay.
All right. So
excellent.
Victoria, that was good fun.
Yeah. So that
Rahi,
was.
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll continue to answer your question and much, much more
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Rahi.
as we move into
Remarkable Lynn, the quiet magic.
whoa, 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 magic.
And Lynn asks, hi, 20 and Victoria.
Yo, remarkable Lynn.
Oh, I don't have a question today. Just a sincere thank you. I don't always catch the shows live, but whether I'm there in the moment or listening later, I feel it. I feel connected to everyone, to something delightfully transformative, magic. There's a real sense of expansion that happens and it stays with me. A quiet magic that continues to move through my days. It amazes me how far I've come. Things that consumed my thoughts with worry have gone into the background. It wasn't complicated all along. I truly appreciate what you create and share. It reaches far. Love you both. Lynn. Oh, Lynn, that's gorgeous. Thank you.
You know, I really want to thank you for that, Lynn. I live for feedback.
It's not howtofilatreal.com.
Oh,
it's feelitrealfun.com.
All
Anyway,
right.
yes.
You carry the show.
Keep
'cause
going.
I got to edit a post.
Oh, okay.
So you got to keep going.
Is that where they've gone? Yeah, Lynn, that's gorgeous. And I really get remarkable gifts to with similar things for so many people there. It really is, like you said, it's not this course, it's a community. And that it's like it breeds that sort of connectedness. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, you know, people settle for data. I love data. I love my data source, Gaza. But you've got so much more than that, as you know. We live in a world where we are being flooded with data.
Mm.
And when you can experience divine dance with someone, you ever notice? So we talking remarkable about hunters. There's a specific percentage, it's very low, people on the planet that have genetics that make them Neanderthal or nomad or entrepreneurs or artists. And we just perceive the world in a very different, nonlinear way. We're the people that can't do small talk. Right? Yeah. How's the weather? Well, I heard the weather's going to change. What do you think about Trump? I just want to cut my face off. You know what I mean? People settle for that stuff, but there are 90% of people, 95% of the people, they're wired for that. They can work 40 hours a week for 40 years. They can think things through and think about thinking things through. And they're happy thinking about thinking things through for 40 years, like the weather. and they love it. Let's ask you that. She gets uncomfortable when I talk about it. Right. And she should. We're hunters. We have a specific gene sequence. I call it the manifesting gene, but we imagine up a body with that just for fun, right? Here's why I mention all that.
A body.
Yeah, we imagined up a body with a specific gene just for fun.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And here's what's cool. Every day in Remarkable, and again, you can't get in unless you do Manifesting Mastery Deluxe, right? We're not letting you just show up and, yeah, let me check it out. No, you got to get to know us. And then we say, if you want to join, right? But every day we got a chat room. Every day, pretty much every day, somebody posts something in the Facebook group. Twice a month, we got live calls. And then we got spontaneous live calls where I'm someplace and I just hit a button and we chat, right? It's good fun. Here's why I mention all that. A lot of you are starving. You're starving, you're sacred because you're hanging out with people that are great with small talk. How about the weather? What do you think about Trump? Yeah, here's one I've gotten at the pool this week because I've told them things. They go, well, when you go to the United States, what's the weather going to be like? What do you think about Trump? It's one ramble sentence. And of course, they don't say it like that. It's like, 20, let me ask you a question. When you go to the United States of America, what will the weather be like? And what do you think about Trump? And it's like, and I just go, right? Because I don't have the time for the small talk. I can't do it. I love the sacred silence. I love the divine dance that we can share. And like Victoria was saying about remarkable and what Lynn's saying, your whole life goes different when you're hanging out with kids that are wired like you.
Mm.
On the other hand, hey, do it on your fucking own. I don't care. But don't complain to me whenever you're isolated and you're confused because you're listening to the asses. I mean, the masses, right? They can settle for it. They can go get to college, put in 4 years into college. Let's watch. Did you do it? Did you put 4 years into college?
I did
The
actually,
university? How
but I
was
was
it?
meant to do 6.
Yeah, how'd it go?
I dumped the course.
Yeah, you dumped the course, right? You did it 4 years. Was it fun? Did you want to keep
No,
going?
because it was
Yeah,
part-time
yeah,
night school while I held down
yeah,
a business.
yeah.
The
Exactly. Right. Now, by the way, that's how a hunter goes to university, right? I need me a business, husband, stepkid, and the university. Then I can bounce around the universe, right? But you could have never gone to full-time uni 4 years. Look at her. Right. This is the next 4 years of your life. And then if you really want to get a job, you get 2 more years. And if you really want to get a job, you get another 2 years. Can't do it. Right. And again, we can, but it's just not fun. But at the end of the day, right? Let's just say this. If you want some fellowship, if you want to explore more about who we are and what we do, Manifesting Mastery Deluxe. It's a goddamn good program. Little private Facebook group. We do a live call every 90 days or so. And have a lot of fun. And if you think, hey, this is fun and you want something that's ongoing, you can join us in Remarkable. But I digress, because that's what we're into right there. You'll notice, and what did I title that? The Quiet Magic.
Yeah.
Right. Wouldn't it be like to have a little bit more quiet and a little more magic in life? Right. We're not always this talkative. Right. Anyway, quiet.
Lacey, you'll
magic.
have to listen to this part again because it was from Lynn, Remarkable Lynn. And she
Another
was
remarkable
just,
kid.
yeah, just talking about what it's been like her life since she's joined. Cool. Okay. So yes, thank you, Remarkable Lynn, for your question.
And by the way, I mentioned, right, I'm feedback driven. Right. Now, here's the cool thing. I understand this. I have almost no dopamine receptors. Right. And what that means is I don't look for signs, but I scan for everything. I need stimulation, right? I just want to feel alive. And so if she says, I love you once every 4 years, I will die. But if she touches me once in a while, looks into my eyes once in a while, if she found something I bought for Bruce today, it tickles.
Yeah.
So if you're kind of the person that goes, yep, she said she loved me in 1972. Now all we do is talk about the weather and Trump. You're probably not our kind of people. But if you're the kind of people that loves hearing, I love you, let's play, let's do something, right? If you like being alive.
Yeah.
So the quiet magic. Lynn walks in the desert. Oh, I can't imagine walking with her in the desert. That would be trippy fun for me.
There's lots of snakes in the desert, isn't there? That's sure. The first place my head goes.
Yeah, there's more snakes in our yard, probably.
There probably is. Yeah, that's
absolutely.
The thing. Right. I think that's why I go snake. Okay, all excellent. Right. So, cool. Yes.
Sure I was rambling about that for some reason. Anyway.
Yep. Well, quiet magic.
Yeah, quiet magic.
Walks in the desert. God. Yeah.
That's like, is that Lynn or what? Quiet magic.
Yeah. Okay. So
Gaza, why do Australians have, don't make this an official question. No, okay. Why do Australians have concerns for Trump? Because we've got no fucking life here. We really do. Australians suffer from tall poppy syndrome. In other words, if you accomplish something, we encourage just like, don't stick your head up above anything else. Don't really accomplish much of anything. Just sort of blend in and be background noise. And so we need something to complain about because we don't dare complain about our illustrious leader, right? So we have to complain about Trump. If you make a meme up about our illustrious leader, he can put you in jail. Oh, it's great fun. But I digress.
Really?
Yeah, they've passed some really interesting laws. So, yeah. Anyway.
I'll hold off the memes.
yeah. So why do they have concerns about Trump?
Yeah.
You ever notice the people that have passions? If you've got passion and purpose, right? And that's what I live for. passion, purpose, and a little poke once in a while. Yay. Meanwhile,
Okay. The next question is from lovely Linda on Facebook. Bitterness and anger.
we love Linda.
So this is Linda that often tunes in
Yes.
on YouTube, but
Yes.
she's not here today. Okay.
Yes.
Linda asks, "Hi, Mr. T and V.
Yo, Linda.
I was listening to an old show of yours. You were talking about handling bitterness and anger. I still have those, and I couldn't shake it off. I did remove a lot of them over the years, but I still have them. Do you have any tips? Thank you."
Yeah. Cool. So you literally described something pretty cool.
Mm.
So in Chinese medicine, bitter and anger are associated with the liver. The liver is the element of work, right? And so what we want to do, right? Never resist the damn thing. Also, don't buy into the stories, right? So it's in the remarkable goodie box. One of our calls we did a while back, maybe 16, 18 months ago, was the shit fuck call. And so I drive the car. I only drive 5Ks, but it's amazing the people that I almost meet, right? They drive through the roundabouts wrong, or they drive Kia cars. Like there's just something, right? And I'll be driving, talking to Victoria, and I'll be in mid sentence. We'll be talking about bebop, fuck shit, fuck, and then bop, 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 right? Yeah, and I'll be back to normal. But if you can experience when an emotion shows up and just express its energy and be done with it. The problem is people go, well, that blah 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 blah. If as soon as you turn it into a story, it stays. So stories stay; they become echoes in the darkness. On the other hand, if you get an upset, and again, did I? Oh no, we didn't talk on the way to shopping today. My phone was dead.
We did.
No, we talked while I was there in the parking lot.
Right. Okay.
But normally, let's just ask, right? So in a 5K drive with me, how often do I lose it? Typical day.
Every day.
Every day. Right. Yeah. Today, so I'm going through our roundabout, and we'll go through our roundabout and make a left.
Yeah.
There's 2 lanes. And the car next to me is a Kia car. Right. And this Kia car looks over me like I'm going to try to pass it. And it guns it and nearly rear ends the car in front of it. Right. To get nowhere fast.
Yeah.
Right. Now,
to get one car in front.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that you were even going to do that.
And I'm not doing that. I drive like a grandpa, right? So Grandpa Gaza. And it's like, you've got to be kidding me. You jeopardized your Kia piece of shit and that nice car. It was a nice car. Yeah, because you were afraid of my Mercedes cutting in front of you. And what I experienced was an immediate fuck, right?
Yeah.
Moron.
Yeah.
And then I'm done with it. Hey guys, how's it going back there? Good, Dad. Right. Yeah, the boys are in the back seat.
So do you think it has something to do with Neville also talked about seed time. So if we hang on to bitterness and anger, is
planting
that
seeds?
Yeah, we're planting seeds. Whereas if you can just done
blast
with
it, you're blowing it out.
Right.
So, and by the way, here's one of my favorite ways. Right? Ready? Bebop, ba-doo, bop. Yeah, I'll be just bop, 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 and then I'll go over to the dark side. and I'll be angry about nothing, right? I go, right. What am I angry about? Nothing. Victoria, really? Yes, because she's the only one around, right? Right. And I can manufacture bullshit about her in a heartbeat. We all can.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing: if I go blah 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 blah, time to feel angry. Okay, at who? The only person who exists near me, right? If that shows up, I get to go. Like, in all seriousness, here's my internal dialogue. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck. Yeah. Right? And I celebrate noticing. And I can dismiss it that fast. But if I go, well, that's how Victoria is, blah, blah, blah. Well, no, she isn't. Well, she is sometimes. Oh, she was like that in 1972. You didn't know her. That doesn't matter. Right? Then we go crazy on the inside. Yeah. All that back and forth mental, internal dialogue. Yeah. Or we can just express like a boom. Celebrate noticing that you're screwy and get on with it, life. Because at any time, any of us can slip into a shit state. The question is, are you going to lay there? So you slip, are you going to buy the story, or are you going to shower? So Great question, Linda. And I want to thank you because, Linda, I think you are our number one person who shares our shit. I love when people share our shit, right? And it's sad to me because not a people do. Like not a lot of people never do. It's like, yeah, I love what you do, but I won't dare let anyone know about it. It's not like we're dating, right? I'm married. I'm not dating you, right? You can share us with the world, right? So maybe it's because we swear. Well, I swear.
Maybe.
Yes. So, Linda, thank you.
So Linda actually has just arrived.
Yeah. Oh, Linda.
I know. Darn, I missed it again.
Hey,
Well,
hey,
that's all right. You get to watch it twice.
You get to
Linda.
watch it twice. You can join us in the Zoom room. Victoria shared the link.
Yeah.
She shared the right link.
I did. So that link above, the feelitrealfun.com. And I don't know if it's the green or blue one. Which one?
Click the button that says join us live.
Click the one that says join us live and you'll be in the Zoom room.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool.
And you can even share your face if you want to or not. Lisa and LaRock says she's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what's cool about that?
Yeah.
Here we go, right? Lisa's complimenting Linda. If we took the time, and you remarkable kids, when I go shopping every now and then, I just hit the button and you all go shopping with me. It's good fun. How many times do I compliment people or ask questions? It is nonstop, right? I want to get to know the people. I'm chatting with the lady today at the Spice Rack, right? So she's just standing there staring. Hi, how's it going? Right? She does not look like a lady you want to talk to, right? she's got bigger than me, right? How's it going? I tell my wife that I stare at these and I trance out because she's tranced, right? She there's like 7,000 different cheap ass spices.
That's what I do. That's why I avoid going to shops.
That's why you don't go, right? Oh yeah, shopping with Victoria is fascinating, right? So I say, yeah, my wife sends me here and she'll say something like, get me some dill. All right. So I get here, I'm looking at all these things.
Leaf tips.
And then it's like,
which
all
one,
right.
Which dill?
And then I end up buying some and I take it home and she says, I want it fresh.
Oh,
yeah. I tell her, Victoria, I stared at the spices for hours for you. Hours.
And then up comes the bitterness and anger.
Up comes the bitterness and the anger. Right.
Linda.
There we go. Cool. By the way, I could be bitter and anger that nobody shares my shows. All right. Or I can just notice, does it get in my craw? A little bit. And you know, it's funny. I can get over it and imagine people sharing my shows because our shows matter. But more on that some other time.
More on that.
More on. I love the word more on.
So thank you so much, Linda, for getting part of the show.
That's right.
Your question.
Hey, can we add one more question?
Yeah.
In one of the Neville Goddard groups, and I bet you it's over 300 comments now. The question was asked about Neville Goddard being an alcoholic, and like why he had to numb out using alcohol. I swear to God, right? This post in a Neville Goddard group, not mine, right? I would love for this one to have been in mine. It's probably yesterday had 250 some comments on it, and most of them weren't all that interesting to me, right? Now, I'm going to ask a question, right? So, Victoria, this is a question from Victoria. Was Neville Goddard an alcoholic? So you ask like we do.
Oh, okay. So, right. And the next question is from the lovely Victoria.
Oh, wow.
Was Neville Goddard an alcoholic?
Cool. So here's the thing, right? So, did he drink every day? I bet you at some point in his life he did. I bet you at some point in his life he didn't.
Yeah.
Right? Now, here's what's really, really cool. My question always is why? Right? So we got the law of attraction, right? Which is if I add this into my life, that will help me add something I want into my life.
Yeah, I'll be able to attract it.
So if I add in robotic affirmations, mind movies, mood music, and the right combination, that will add her into my life. And when that doesn't work, I'll find something else to add in, the color purple, right? Imperial violet, the new moon, the full moon, right? I'll find something else to add in because what is working or what I'm doing, what I'm adding into my life already isn't adding her into my life. And that's how most law of attraction is taught from what I can tell. Neville Goddard taught something called the law of assumption. Here's the law of assumption. I assume that I am a happy, loving husband. All right. I did that before I met her. Then I met her. But here's the cool one, right? So I imagine being a happy, loving husband. We end up getting hitched, right? That's all fun, right? And then she says one day, 20, I'm like, what? She goes, I want to leave the compound. I said, where do you want to go? She goes, I want to go to Montmorency. Why? Because there's a wine store. So we go in the wine store, right? So Victoria's decided she
Up the
wants,
top.
yeah, not that one.
Oh, not
No,
that one.
halfway up the hill. So we go into this wine store, and Victoria picks out a few bottles of wine. Like they're very good wines that are not all that pricey, and she can drink one with her sister and all that bullshit. And we go to cash out, and the guy's like, "Don't take cards." Like, why not? Because it costs too much money. I said I used to sell that shit 2.5%. Right? Who cares? Right? Do you know people that use card tend to buy 20% more than people that pay cash? Well, I'm still paying 2.5%, and then I'm paying 2.5% of 20% extra, and then fuck me, right? So it's like, right. Right. And I realized he's not worth getting upset over, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna imagine lovingly. And I go, right, Victoria, you hang out with the moron.
What's
Gonna, right? I'm gonna walk up the street to the ATM machine and get us some money. Now, some of y'all know what didn't happen.
I know what happened.
Oh, you remember what didn't happen?
What didn't happen?
I didn't come back. Right?
Oh.
There's a long ass line.
There was a Dachshund in the way, wasn't it?
In front of me was a wiener dog.
Yes.
Right? Now, we didn't have dogs back then.
No.
But I was already in a state of happy loving puppy dad. You know what happy loving puppy dads do? They get kisses. Right? And the next thing you know, I'm laying on the ground. There's this long ass line, and the funny American with the red hat's laying on the ground go, "Oh, I love you, wiener dog. You can do anything you want to in the world, wiener dog. I just love you, wiener dog. You're the best wiener dog in the whole world. Look at me, wiener dog." And Victoria comes along. What are you doing? Chatting with a wiener dog, right? It's what I do.
Yeah.
And this is really important. Assuming I am a happy, loving puppy dad, I experience what happy, loving puppy dads experience. And then we were given not one dog, but two. In Australia, we're nutters, right? People will drive hours to get a dog. They go through interviews and interrogations and inspections to get a dog.
Yeah, you got to get house inspections.
Yeah, it's nuts. We were given not one, but two dogs. Okay, I was given not one, but two new hips without surgery because of assumption. Neville Goddard taught assumption. I moved into the state of Kung Fu King, lost 60 pounds of ugly, look back 2.5 years, and I'm having the time of my life, right? Assumption. What we're doing sort of takes it a step further, the science of miracles, the art of subtraction. And you'll notice continuously I talk about what can you subtract. You can subtract the judgment about you being angry by celebrating, noticing, shit, did it again. Damn, I'm good at that, right? If we can subtract something like the judgment, that gives us room for the celebration, right? So this whole thing was Neville Goddard an addict? Ready? Here's what an addict does. Right? So I know a guy in Pennsylvania. After work, he'd go to the bar. He'd go to the bar and need a drink, right? That doesn't tell you anything. But he needed a drink to calm down. And then when a chick came in the bar, he'd need a drink to talk to her. If she was hot, he'd need 2 drinks to talk to her. And one day, 2 flaming hot redheads come in. Right? Now he's needing some whiskey to talk to them. Right? If you need something, let's just call it substance. If you need something to be you, to stop being you, or to get what you want, that's addiction. Okay? Was Neville Goddard an addict? Did Neville Goddard say make hours and hours of mind movies while doing meditations, while playing mood music? Do you get my point? Or did he say, what did he teach? What did he do? When he got out of the army, he didn't make a movie, didn't use a mantra, didn't have mind movies, didn't use brainwave recordings. What he did was he subtracted the world of the senses. This is the science of miracles. He subtracted the world of the senses, went within, and explored his apartment as if he were living there.
Yeah, I think I remember him laying in his
touching, laying,
cot,
listening.
the bed.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
He subtracted a whole bunch of shit and went in. Here's the definition of an addict. Here's a pretty girl. Need me a drink. Then I can be cool. She's talking a lot. I need 2 drinks.
A lot.
She's really pretty and got a twin sister. Fuck, bring out the whiskey. Man. That's addiction, adding in what was never needed. So was Neville Goddard an alcoholic? Maybe he drank a lot, maybe he didn't. Right? Don't care. The thing is, I enjoy a whiskey. I don't need one. If I decide I'm not drinking, I won't drink. And I do this all the time. I'm only drinking on the weekends, and I'll drink only on the weekends. And I'll decide I'm going to drink during the week too. Why? Because I want to. Right? Whenever you don't need to add in what doesn't matter, you're not an addict. On the other hand, the whole post that presupposed that Neville Goddard drank to numb, that told me why you drink. You drink to numb. And then when I read the comments from people, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, I know why you keep adding in more shit. Because you're not doing what Neville did. Neville went direct. Here's an example of going direct. I'm at the bar. The pretty girl comes in. I give her a look and go, damn. Right?
Damn.
And then I go, all right, let me ask you a question. All right. I'm just me. I'm very curious and I'm very complimentary. And y'all in Remarkable know this because you go shopping with me. I ask people questions and I give them compliments. If she gets my attention, I go, damn, right? And I ask her a question, a real question. I'm not doing a pickup line. And I give her a compliment. Again, I'm not trying to pick her up. I didn't know you could have hair like that. Right? Suddenly we got a conversation going on, a connection. In other words, I'm exploring her and exploring me. What do I feel like complimenting her on? What would I like to know about her? And this is how Neville manifested. He explored. He listened to Abdullah. Abdullah said, walk as though you're in Barbados. Neville walked the streets of New York. He subtracted, considering the senses evidence. He didn't just close his eyes to the outside 3D world, which is an illusion court to some people. That's nuts. Right? Neville didn't go, this is all an illusion. I'll walk out in front of the bus because I'm in Barbados. Neville walked the streets of New York feeling as if he were in Barbados. And this is what's cool. Because if you can do that, you get 3D reality is not an illusion. 3D reality is what I lead. Okay. It's and the metaphor I've used or analogy more than once is I walk the dog. And if you watch the last month's worth of shows, my dog is real to me. So this is really important. So she's writing something down.
Well, I'm just the problem is it gets to the end and you ask me what my strawberry bit is.
Yeah, watch that. Yeah, watch it. The problem is now she's getting upset. The problem I have with you, 20, is we get to the end of the show and you ask me questions. You quiz me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was Neville Goddard an alcoholic? Right? Let's define alcoholic. Let's define addiction. And instead of playing the old law of attraction thing, what else can I add in to make it happen? What if we started exploring the world of assumption and the science of miracles? ManifestingMasteryDeluxe.com. I can promise you this. You join Manifesting Mastery Deluxe, I'm not going to be teaching you a bunch of new shit to do. I'm going to take shit off your plate. That's what I do. Cool.
Excellent.
Anyway, all right. That was good fun.
That was very good. Thank you. Thank you, lovely Victoria, for your question.
Oh, the lovely Victoria. She's just, that woman is a nutter. Right?
No, that was good.
Thanks.
Nice. All right.
By the way, I wrote a 50-page book on this yesterday. Right. And it's not an AI book. I use AI to format and edit shit. But I wrote a 50-page book on this yesterday. And we put up the coolest little recording on the Remarkable chat on this. Was that cool?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. I lost my nuts. Well, fuck, I never said that before. Anyway.
Yes.
I lost my mind. All right.
What is it?
Re-listening to this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
she is awesome.
Okay. And now we're down to the last question.
We should have called you Remarkable Victoria.
Well, we could have, but
Our
they'd
queen
been
of-
lovely, Linda. So that's why I made myself lovely Victoria.
Okay.
And you often say to me, the lovely Victoria.
The lovely, I do, right?
You do.
Even when I'm not here,
I know.
right? So I'm about.
Okay. The last question today is from Remarkable Lisa and Laroque.
That's right.
Manifesting the miraculous.
Ha.
And Lisa says, hello, 20 and Victoria.
Yo, Lisa.
Often in my life, when there seems to be adversarial circumstances or a gridlock situation, I've received what is nothing less than a miraculous turn of events.
Yes.
There is evidence of these sort of encounters all throughout the Bible. Enemies about to attack, and eyes are opened to see a band of angels to fight for them. I so enjoyed when the trees became animated, and joined the forces for good in the Lord of the Rings. I love that too. That was the Ents.
Yeah, the Ents, right? Yeah.
When moments and days begin to feel heavy and circumstances appear bleak, I remind myself of the many marvelous visitations I've lived. I'd enjoy hearing about some of these experiences you and Victoria may have had, and your thoughts on how we actually have imagined them into experience. You go, babe, and I'll have a think about mine.
I didn't think about this earlier till you mentioned Ents, but years ago I lived in a place called Connellsville, Pennsylvania, 15425, and I got very protective of the Pennsylvania state game lands, where for 10 years there were a lot of Bigfoot sightings, and when I moved here they stopped. The other place I got very protective about was East Park. East Park had 2 little waterfalls, nice little stream, couple of pavilions, and people started going down there at night and smashing shit and tossing picnic tables in the stream and stuff.
Mm.
And I decided, no, right? So I'm down there one night, and I've got a handful of really interesting stories. But usually, if I was down there terrorizing the terrorists, I'd be all muddied up and shit and invisible, and I'd appear out of nowhere and disappear into nowhere real quick. There was one night I was just strolling through with the smoke, and there were some assholes doing asshole things. And hey, yo. And I walked up to them and said, no. And they stopped, and they looked at me, and they looked at each other, and I remember this very distinctly. They said, they are going to kick our ass. And I could feel the legions with me. It was like I had an army with me. It was just me being like full off, like, you're not going to bust up my park, pal.
Mm.
Right? We are not playing that game. Yet normally I'd be playing psych ops. I'm good at that. Right? But this was a walk up. I got a cigar. I can't hide. I'm just letting them know you shall not pass.
Yeah, it's that attitude.
And that, exactly.
Yeah,
and like literally my army of Ents, my legion of doom, whatever you want to call it. I know I've got an army with me. And it's like, all right, yeah, we're cool. Yeah, goodbye. Right.
Yeah, it was like a similar thing. I remember the day that there's a tiger snake out on our path, and we were sitting here.
By the way, a tiger snake is like the second deadliest snake in our region.
They kill humans and they kill dogs real
Easy.
quick. But for all of that, there was a tiger snake out there. We're both sitting here at the table. We're looking out the window, which is just behind you guys, and saw Bruce go up to this snake.
Oh shit!
And it was a big mama baba.
It was
a big
snake.
one, and we even saw it rear, like it came up on its belly with its head ready to strike.
You're leaving out the best part.
Well, because then you said go or something.
Bruce picked it up.
Did he actually pick it? I didn't see that, but I saw the rearing.
So is the snake's doing what the snake's doing, and Victoria's bolting.
Because you've said go to me.
Yeah. So she scrambles. She's the F-14s. I'm the AWACS.
Yeah.
Right. She scrambles, and he's picked it up. Right. Now that's why he came in like this.
Oh,
Remember that?
right, because he'd
'Cause-
already got
Yeah,
a
because you asked.
taste
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
it.
You asked, and I didn't. I thought you
Yeah,
saw,
that's right. I
right?
thought
So
he'd maybe even been bitten because he even started
yeah,
almost frothing
yeah,
a
he's
bit.
frothing at the mouth,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So he picks up this tiger. Tiger's already reared back,
Mm.
right? My dog is dead. Just like
But like it was like you said, the voice of doom, like, well,
the
whatever
voice of God.
of God came out. I swear the whole of Eltham heard me yell.
Stop.
I said with his name, and I reckon just the whole of Eltham thought, geez, I hate to be Bruce. It was just like, Bruce, no. But it just roared up from, it was like I was possessed, but it was
True.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just, and it was like even the snake listened. That's
Everybody,
what is
everybody
weird.
listen, right?
Yeah.
Bruce drops the snake. The snake looks at Bruce.
Yeah.
Everybody went, right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Swear to God. Now I don't know about this much, but in my life, I've experienced lots and lots of times where time stops.
Mm.
Something stops in here and time stops. I've got some weird ass stories with this, right? Because if the people are very close to me, right, they will look around and notice everything has stopped. And then we let it start up again. Right. And in the same parlor trick, this is just, I feel everything stop. So when I say to her, go, 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 and I'll say this very authoritatively, when you yelled, everything stopped.
Mm.
And the snake and the Bruce all get to go, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, right.
And then everything comes back up and it's like, let's just go our way and be friends. And Bruce comes in because a snake has things in its skin.
Yeah.
So
Because even the lizards, those are really
yeah, the
long
Lizzies,
little
yeah, if he
tongue
catches
lizards
a
that we
Lizzie,
get, they've got the same
yeah,
thing on their skin.
yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but even just things like that, really.
It- we have we are so much more than we think. And this is one of my favorite ambiguities. You're faster than you think, you're more than you think, and people settle for thoughts, virtual nouns that are constructed from thinking, usually not theirs. But you think that thing Trump? Right. Yeah, right. By the way, how I can make an Australian sound like a West Virginian in my head is just trippy to me. What do you think about Trump? Wow. But I digress. So we I love when people say, so I was in a seminar in Texas, and Werner Erhard's personal assistant was giving a talk. Bruce, I love Bruce. So he's giving a talk, and I'm in the back of the room with my buddy Craig, and what's his name? You know, because he's a friend of Neil's. Anyway, so this guy that was Werner's personal assistant's giving this talk, and I'm just watching him, right? Bruce, that's his name. So I'm watching Bruce. And Bruce's aura is all spiky and he's got little thunderbolts and shit. And I'm just laughing. He's got a strong aura and just sparklies and shit. And I'm just laughing. And Craig's like, what's going on? So I'm just watching his aura. He goes, I don't believe in that shit. I said, fair enough. Can you see him? No. I said, you want to? He says, yeah. I said, cool. Soften your eyes a little bit and just gaze over his shoulder a little bit and gently take his ear in. And Craig goes, fuck. Yay. You'll never be the same. You're screwed now. Here's the thing. People say, I have an aura. Saying, right. Well, let me ask you a question, right? As far as I can tell, we are made of multiple densities, right? I got my bone, got me a fleshy bit, got me some wiggle bit, got me some skin and hair bits. I got me the shit around the bit. But what I am is so much more vast than all that. The densest part of me is my bones. And then I've got some fleshy bits around that. Wow, it's just cool. So we have multiple layers to us. And you don't got to get hooked on energy body, pain body, any of that bullshit. You can just notice there's multiple layers of me. I am one made of many layers. I am, and we are one of the many that makes up the big one, right? And I can promise you this: the less you identify with, I am my body and I am my history, and yesterday's going to determine tomorrow. And if we don't change tomorrow because the past 30 yesterdays sucked, you get stuck in a story. You're denying the power of state. If you get stuck in, I'm determined to change the story, you're missing divinity's dance with state. And whenever we experience a non-negotiable moment, uh,
Yep.
oh,
Yeah.
uh, I got back up. I did my first night as a cop. First night as a cop, we got a call. Kind of radio 621, go to blah, 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 2nd Street, 10-4. Is that in the borough or out of the borough? Oh, it's right on the borough line. We don't know. 10-4. So I'm the rookie and I'm with John Christner. And John says, listen, when we go to a house like this, when we secure everything, we ask them where they pay their taxes. That way we know if it's our jurisdiction or the PSP. Fair enough. So we go in. First thing is there's this big ass dog. Secure your dog, please. So secures the dog because you don't want a problem. A worked up dog is not good. You don't want to do something dumb.
Mm.
And John's saying, yeah, okay, well, the reason you called, you say your son's having a meltdown. Yeah. And I'm looking around and there's holes in the walls. Not little, oh, hello, puppy dog. There's big ass holes in the walls. I said, let me ask you a question. Tell me about them holes real quick. And I said, yeah, he's across the street shooting a rifle into the house, a 30-40 Craig, a bear rifle. And I'm like, right. We immediately evacuate the premises. Right. John goes one way, I go another. And I run into the bad guy first. Bad guy's coming out of the woods. This is a lever action 30-40 Craig. And he's doing this. Right. He's cycling. Well, the first thing he does is cycle. Right. And I this would have been a justifiable shooting day one, a lot of paperwork. Right. And what I felt was no. And he points the gun in the sky and he cycles through and empties the tube. But I could feel the legion. I'll title it this: the legions of love on my side.
Mm.
I could have been the cool kid on the block, popped a bad guy, had lots of paperwork, would have been known forever as first day on the job, popped a bad guy. That probably would have got me a job someplace. Right. On the other hand, I don't want to hurt a human if I don't ever have to. And so the legions of love. This guy, I don't know what happened to him now, but I just think there's something to when we open up to it and we're resolute, not determined. Were you determined to save your dog?
Determined? No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah.
Determined is I will make X happen by time Y.
And I mean, really, if I'd thought about it, I'd stand by the door and not go out because I wouldn't want to get bit either.
Well,
but I have said to you before, I would always step in front of Bruce.
Hello, puppy dog. Well, it's like when I took the snake training course.
Yeah.
And the first thing Raymond did was he covered me with snakes. And the second thing he did was he pulled out a board and he wrote pain equals bite. When a dog grabs a snake, that's pain.
So
right? That means everyone's in trouble. And instead they both went, right. Later, lead the legions of love.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Yes.
That was cool. Anything you want to add in there?
Lisa and the Rock.
Yeah, that's nice, Gaza.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Upon this rock.
Cool.
Beauty.
Anything else? No, I've written down now 4 strawberry bits.
Oh wow.
So
you can only do 3.
So
in alphabetical
order. This bit. So thank you so much, Lisa. And thanks for coming live. It's lovely seeing the
By the way, we love faces and smiles and sunshine.
Especially when it's your question as well. It just feels so good. Anyway, what we want to know is tell us, what was your hashtag strawberry bit? Are you going to that place?
I'm going to that place.
Okay. And so, yes, would you like to say your strawberry bits?
Yeah. I'm just getting.
Or do you want me to go first?
No, you go first.
Okay.
Ladies first.
So, yes, I love that because you've been talking a bit these last few weeks about this. It's almost like the art of subtracting.
Yes, the science of miracles, art of subtraction.
Yes. And I loved how you said when we subtract judgment, you make room for celebration.
Yeah.
And it's like exactly what Neville was doing. Like you said, like walking the streets of New York, imagining he's in Barbados.
Yes.
It's not like forcing it or it's just subtracting the senses, do you know what I mean, of what's there, which goes into the second strawberry bit of 3D reality. It's not an illusion, like for him, that 3D reality leads.
No, we lead.
Oh, we lead.
We lead
Sorry.
the 3D reality. Yes.
Yeah.
We walk the dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. That's
no,
what
that's
I meant.
perfect. Yeah.
Because I'm trying to scribble also.
You're a scribbler, por favor.
I loved how you said it's those non-negotiable moments. It's just like, no, there's, as far as I'm concerned, in this state, that is a non-negotiable. I love that. And I loved your Legions of Love, which just reminded me of Lisa's once at the band of angels on, do you know what I mean? You've got a band of angels on your side or whatever. And that's like the Legions of Love. I just thought that was gorgeous. So they're my 4 strawberry bits. What about you?
Mine I haven't said yet, because it came as you're talking. What's the difference between determined and divinity? Determined is, I will make this happen over time. Divinity is now. I look at some of the skills that I have whenever I can experience now. A couple guys being assholes at the gym one day, and I just turned and said, sit. You can watch their knees buckle, because I don't want anyone hurt. And if they're being assholes, and then I can say, hey, listen, fellas, I'm not trying to be an asshole, right? I probably am, right? Now we can have fun, and then we become friends. But that first moment is non-negotiable with me, because if they continue to fuck around on the machine, somebody's getting hurt. That means the place gets closed. That means there's going to be paperwork. That means my friends are going to be stressed, and I'm going to be inconvenienced. And I just
inconvenienced.
yeah. And I just turn and say, sit.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck. And I said, come on. I'm not trying to be an asshole, guys, but let me ask you a question. But I needed their knees to buckle first. And when you get, and again, this is a great metaphor. I've used this for years, but it's gone to a new level today. My dog is real. My dog is love, and my dog is loved. And I just say mine because I'm intense here. Our dog, right? When people say 3D reality is an illusion, and I go, right, send me your iPhone. So far, I've had one iPhone sent to me, and that was from somebody that doesn't believe that 3D reality is an illusion, right? Yeah. Thank you, Coral. On the other hand, 3D reality is an illusion. Well, if it's an illusion, why are you fighting against it so much? Here's what I notice. I walk my dog. She walks in. It's called humor.
Sorry.
but it's true.
Keep talking. I'm just going to be showing something to someone before. Yeah. So it was.
So when we get 3D reality isn't an illusion, it's your echo. You sing a song. If the song is sacred, you're going to have a nice song to listen to. On the other hand, if you sing a shit song and go, yep, it's an illusion, you're denying the singer of the song. So I just get to go, radio. Yeah, if I don't like the echo, and there are times I don't like the echo, I get to go, radio. That's just an echo. Let's sing something a little more melodious. Let's unleash the magic of the moment. Determination takes time. Divinity shows up between blinks in the magic of a moment.
Can you get rid? No one's waiting here yet.
Can I get rid of those?
Yeah, I find it annoying, and I just wanted to check. No one's.
So I can get rid of one. Okay.
Okay, so Marianne, you're in YouTube, and to get into, you asked, how do I get into the Zoom room? And I mentioned before, I will always try and post
the link,
feelitrealfun.com. And when you go there, you'll see this screen, and the one you want to hit to get in the Zoom room is what color?
Join us live.
The blue color. Select the blue color and you'll get in the Zoom room, and then we can have.
Well, I got to change it for next week, I believe, because or maybe it's the week after, because there's going to be a time change. So I got to change USA Thursdays at 7 to some other time. But I should just change the color to pink or something. That way, whenever they watch this.
So I don't know if you're still there, Marion, and it's probably too late. Well, you can still try and get there today.
You can come in and
be here for 1 minute
and dance along
but
as we do the
next
closing
week,
song.
come back and do that.
Yes, absolutely. So, Victoria.
All right. So,
well, thank you for watching and playing. If you want to come off camera, I think that I'd love that. That way they can see your smiles.
We'll try playing this song. I know that it sounds a bit weird.
Just play it.
So I'll just hold it away from the mic.
No, hold it near the mic.
Near the mic. Yes. Okay. All right. So let me just make sure the sounds okay.
You take it about halfway down, but hold it near. All right. Yeah. There we go. All right. We got some people.
But there's no sound. Or hasn't it started? Yes. Don't get it. That's what it did on there and here.
Well,
yeah, YouTube's banned the song. Oh, hang on.
Oh, that was.
Oh, there was. What was wrong?
What was wrong? She's asking me what's wrong with them. Right? This is my entire life. What's wrong with that person? I don't know.
Mo, show us your face.
Come on, Mo. You can do it. Ready? Y'all got to dance along. Oh, G-Man, look at you. Ow.
Marion, I see you're still here, which is ace. So maybe, hopefully you saw how you get here.
Next week.
Next week.
That's right.
We'll go back up. Thanks, Mo.
Whoa, there she is. Look at her.
See it done like it's already happened. Hold it down in your hand. From the lounge room to the outback, from the city to the quiet coast, we share wins like late night secrets. Raise a glass to what we want most. We're feeling it real.
Okay, you guys.
Have a lovely day.